should be throwing the bash. I need a woman who'll treat me right. I need a woman who love and squeeze me tight. I need a woman. I need a woman tonight. I need a woman I can call my own. She got to love the blues and she'll buy me home. She'll tie me up at night and make me say when the sun comes up, we'll do it all again. I need a woman who love and squeeze me tight. I need a woman who wanna treat me right. I need a woman. I need a woman tonight. Well, my days are numbered and I'll tell you why. All the pretty girls keep walking on by, looking and smiling and winking to me. I got a woman who won't let me be. I need a woman who will squeeze me tight. I need a woman who will treat me right. I need a woman tonight. I need a woman, yes, I need a woman. Looking for a woman, yeah, got to have a woman. Oh, I need a woman, I need a woman tonight. Every time you start to speak, your words just fade away. Every time you take a step, you walk the other way. No, I'm trying to be good. Why don't you treat me that way? You're walking and you're talking, giving me the blues every day. Told me that you love me, it's just the other day. I knew that you were lying, but there was nothing I could say. No, I'm trying to be good. Why don't Trash and stock arrangements, paying our dues, scraping for corn and rock the blues. Band is kicking, playing it tight, all getting high till the morning light. Wielding my axe all night long, selling my soul for the price of a song. Any inspiration comes my way, fades like a dream by the break of day. Working my way throughout the night, moving through the shadows and ducking the light. Growls, hardball lights grow low, screaming out the high notes, losing control. Moving through the shadows late Friday night, guitar burning, holding back the light. Playboys and gals changing back in the suits, ducking the light, a last pour from a hooch, cleaning the streets, hosing the drunks, sleeping it off in the back of the truck. Working my way throughout the night, feeling through the shadows and ducking the light. Working my way throughout the night, moving through the shadows and ducking the light.
Yeah, here we are. All right, all right, all right. I was in the middle of making a chess move. And not going to lie, I'd rather be playing chess. I'd rather be doing just about anything. It's that kind of night, man. What is there to talk about except for the obvious? And oh shit. And it's a fucking it's a weird day. I woke up today and it's just everybody I know and everybody I talk to, aside from the obvious thing with the Capitol being attacked, everybody I know just seems to be having a rough fucking day today. So a little hard to get motivated. Also, I have just a tiny bit of weed. I've been, like I told you last night, taking a few days off of smoking to give my chest a break. It's already just one day of like not really smoking has already made a huge difference. So I don't know. I drank the little edible drink a little while ago. That'll take a while to kick in. So we'll ease into it. We'll hang out. What is going on here? We'll have some laughs, and we'll do what we do. It just might take a little while to get going, is all. And I'm just trying to fix a couple things here. All right, cool. We've got that. We got that. We're all set there. And how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing better than the people in my life. I will say this, though, despite everything going on, the people I know are all healthy. They're all alive. So I always keep reminding everybody of that. I'm like, hey, this sucks, but my dad's 91. He hasn't fucking gotten COVID, thank God. So there you go. So as Monty Python would say, always look on the bright side of life, my friends. Always look on the bright side of life. Okay. So what are we going to do? I think we're gonna smoke pipe today. I know we're gonna smoke the pipe. Let's find something to watch. Let's start with this. I hate when I got something I want to see on Twitter and fuck, it keeps updating. Da, 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 da. All right, here. We're gonna watch some video for sure. Let's see what this is. I haven't seen this yet. Come on, you piece of shit mouse.
I say like the 60s and 70s immigration could.
Excuse me, sir. What do you think of boomers? What do you think of boomers?
Fuck boomers!
Yeah!
Hey! We're not on the same side. They're trying to fucking stop us. Fuck boomers. They signed NAFTA. They allowed Mexicans to come here en masse. They allowed the 60s and
Look at all these wannabe fake military guys. This fucking LARPing faggot. Hey, what's up, Lizzie? Thank God you're here. God. And I didn't do it. I almost did it, but I didn't do it. Oh! I definitely hit your button this time. That's so fucking weird. Why does it do that? I hit your button and it played Jordan's. So I hit your button again and then it played yours. I don't know why it's doing that. Don't worry about falling asleep. No worries, no worries. I don't think tonight's going to be so great either. All right, let's try this again. Fucking unbelievable. That's so weird. I definitely hit your, and then the reason it played twice is I'm like, okay, I'm going to hit it a second time to turn it off. But when I hit it the second time, it played yours. All right, let's go back to making fun of this faggot, this wannabe.
70s immigration control. They
Hard
allow
seller.
everyone to come in here. They made it. They hog buildings. They hog houses. They hog boats. They're fucking greedy pieces of shit. Fuck boomers. One bullet for every fucking boomer. Day of the pillow, motherfucker. Open up.
Day of the pillow. Is that
You have an obligation.
Day of the pillow? Is that like my pillow? God damn, Jay Palmer, act right.
To the people and to protect our rights. And Inslee has picked and chosen what rights we are allowed to have. And you cannot do that.
Where is this?
That car's unlocked? That car's unlocked. Whoa, no. That's just a waste of testing. We are.
Walking around with a gun. Didn't you learn anything from Kyle Rittenhouse?
That checks the security outfit too, but they locked that door.
Don't go to stupid places with stupid people doing stupid things.
Yes, you are.
What's up, Harold Wolf? We're just making fun of this faggot MAGA guy with a rifle.
I'm not. Don't talk to boomers.
It's probably because he's a redhead. The revenge of the ginger. He's just an angry ginger. There was a fight in Beverly Hills I want to see. Let's see. What do we got here? Okay, we got to watch it.
They were masquerading as Trump supporters.
This guy's blaming Antifa.
Some pretty compelling evidence from a facial recognition company showing that some of the people who breached the Capitol today were not Trump supporters. They were masquerading as Trump supporters and, in fact, were members of the violent terrorist group Antifa. Now, we should seek to build America up, not tear her down and destroy her. And I am sure glad that at least for one day, I didn't hear my Democrat colleagues calling to defund the police.
What do I think will happen after all this? Fuck me. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna find I want to find the fight in Beverly Hills real quick. and then I'll give some more thought to your question. Let's see, what do we got here? All right, so they're saying, let's see. Sorry. So that says the police let rioters in. Well, I saw video of the police opening gates for the rioters, and I don't understand. Listen, if somebody kicked down the front door of my home, I would shoot the motherfucker as soon as he stepped inside. Why did they not just start shooting these fucking people? The goddamn Capitol building. I really don't get it. And I really want to find that fight in Beverly Hills. I hadn't my fucking Twitter. I had it sitting there the whole goddamn time before I started the show. I'm like, I'm going to start the show with this fight because I want to see it. I didn't even watch it myself. I'm like, I'm going to watch it with my people. And now I can't fucking find it. It just like resets and... All right, I'm going to make... here we go. Finally. I love watching people in Beverly Hills fight. All right, what we got here? Kind of a shitty angle. Zoom in. Because they aren't black, don't you watch South Park, Zach? Oh, here we go. There go the fists. Get them. I think the guy on the bottom is losing. No ground game at all. Exactly right, Harold. It's like, come on, dude. No guard, nothing. It's like, didn't even have to pass your guard. There was no guard. All right. This guy sounds like me. I don't know what they're talking to, but I've never been a member of the Libertarian Party. I don't want to be a member of any party, but I do agree with a lot of libertarian philosophy. It's like Tom Likas says he's a small L libertarian. I tend to go with that. If you hold a gun to my head, I go, I'm a small L libertarian. Okay. Let me, we got people here now. Fuck. All right, god damn it. There's people here. Welcome to the show. A little slow start. Let's do a little, we're gonna do a little pipe smoking tonight. Get my pipe smoking hat. And pretty funny. This is because I'm not smoking pot. Because you don't inhale this, you little puff, you know. So, Harold, what do you think what's going to happen after today? Before today, last night I was talking to my brother, and I said, "Don't they certify the election tomorrow? Do you think it's going to go smoothly? What do you think is going to happen?" I said, "I feel like this country is really at a crossroads where, I mean, either shit goes back. I don't know. I don't know if shit's ever going to go back to any version of what we would call normal." I'm trying to give more thought to your question. I mean, it's what I guess it's the question everybody's been asking, Harold. Everybody's wondering the same thing. What is going to be? I mean, how do we get over this divisiveness? I'm trying to get my pipe really lit here. Sorry, hold on. Trying to keep this bad boy lit. Well, I'm trying to think. Do you want to know what I think is actually going to happen, or do I wish would happen? Okay, let's go with what I think will actually happen. What I think will happen is Biden will get in there, and I think we're going to go back to a lot of theater. We're going to go back to seeing a lot of politicians saying the right thing, calling for unity, talking about righting all of the wrongs of the last 4 years, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to get a lot of lip service. And then the reality of what happens is going to be a huge disappointment. Anybody who ever believed in the squad and is watching as they cave to the establishment Democrats and are being pushed further and further right will have their hearts broken exactly the way my heart was broken by Barack Obama after realizing he was a war criminal and engaged in, approving of torture of Chelsea Manning. So I think it's going to be a repeat. With every generation, there's hope. And with every generation, there's a candidate that in that generation thinks this is the candidate that's going to really make things better. And every time we have politicians who truly want to make things better, those people get kicked out of office or run out of office, like Senator Al Franken. Al Franken, best senator ever. And hold on, my nose is running. And yep, Tulsi Gabbard is my number one choice. I'm with you, Harold. If you said snap your fingers and make somebody president and vice president, I'd go with Tulsi Gabbard and Andrew Yang. I like them both a lot. But and then, also remember Lincoln, we made sure to assassinate him. And then there was JFK, we assassinated him. MLK assassinated him. Bobby Kennedy assassinated him. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like anybody that's truly good gets run out of town like Al Franken or murdered like Kennedy. Bernie Sanders is, again, a huge disappointment. You're exactly right, Harold. You say he tapped out quicker than McGregor against Hillary. Exactly. Yeah, Bernie is another heartbreaker. He's another guy that says all the right things. I don't agree with everything he says, but he says a lot of things I agree with. I think he's a good man. And then he caved to the Democrat establishment twice after they fucked him, by the way. They fucked him over, and then he still went and crawled back to them. He's the epitome of a company man. No. Everybody that you hope will do the right thing will disappoint you. And the ones that will really do the right thing, they make sure to assassinate them or run them out of town. So what do I think is really going to happen? Biden's going to get in there. He's going to call for unity. We're going to see a lot of the social justice warrior nonsense become legislated. I think we're going to lose more freedoms that they're not going to give back. I don't think things look good for freedom of speech if these social justice warriors continue to get in power. We know that they hate freedom of speech. Um, I'm worried about more socialism. And I think and the other thing I think we're going to see is we're going to see the U.S. dollar no longer become the world's reserve currency. Hey, Levine, 2001. Oh, it's my buddy? Is that you, Justin? I meant to call you actually. How you seeing? How you doing, pal? But I don't think the U.S. currency is going to continue to be the world's reserve currency. How you doing, Justin? Nice to see you, man. Justin's my fellow pipe smoking friend. He's more than that. We've been friends for 20 years, but Justin's my friend I smoke a pipe with. What am I smoking? I'm smoking Captain Black Gold. There you go. Captain Black. I want to get a good pipe, and I have no money, obviously, because of what's going on. I can't work. But when I do have money again one day, it'll probably be, yen or something. You got the OG Kush. I did edibles tonight. I might smoke a little weed. I'm giving my fucking lungs a break. I mean, first of all, I just don't even get high anymore. I smoke so much that I just don't even get high. And then I was smoking so much that I was coughing up a lot of gross shit. And so I did smoke a bowl earlier today when I got up just to start the day. But this, I don't inhale, I just puff on and it gives me kind of a buzz. I think that's the sound of spit clogging my pipe. But at least I'm keeping it lit. That's an art right there, keeping it lit. Justin taught me about, when you put the tobacco in the pipe. He said I don't know, because I always heard that the first layer should be like shaking a baby's hand. And sure enough, when I went online, almost every reference to packing a pipe is like, the first layer should be packed lightly, like shaking a baby's hand. Then add another layer, like you're shaking a woman's hand. And then finally a third layer, like you're shaking a man's hand. So. But anyway, continuing on, I think one of the big challenges we're going to be facing is the devaluation of the U.S. dollar. You don't hear anybody talking about that. You hear them talking. They keep making, I would say printing more money. They don't even print it. They just add zeros. Yep. So when all three layers are packed, they should be uniform density. Yeah. So I feel like when Biden is in there, there's going to be a lot of good talk from all these politicians. They're going to say all the right things, but they're going to continue to print money. And they're going to continue to give it to their billionaire donors and to corporations that don't need it. We're going to continue to see socialism, corporate welfare, basically. And I feel like in some ways this country is at a crossroads where we might be on the verge of just some new version of slavery where everybody in the goddamn country is working for like Amazon and Apple and Disney. And that's about it. It's like, where do you work? Amazon, but I'm I'm switching companies. I'm going to Disney. Oh yeah, I worked for Disney and I switched to Amazon. Yep. 10 years, I might go to Apple. Yeah, just change of pace. Sure. And then after Apple, I might go back to Amazon. Just rotate the companies. There's no one else to work for. So In my heart of hearts, I don't believe we're going to see the end of this country, but I think we are going to see a return to business as normal. And a return to business as normal, I think, will give us Trump 2.0. Maybe not literally Trump, but there's going to be somebody else like Trump that runs in 4 years. You think Biden will survive an entire term? You think Kamala takes over when he takes a dirt nap? Yeah, probably. Which umbrella are you working for? When was my last jujitsu roll? About 10 weeks ago. Sorry, I missed that in the chat. Trump's getting impeached so he can never hold federal office again. Dems have the votes now when some Republicans assign. That's actually one of the things I was going to talk about tonight is all the 25th Amendment talk as well. They might yank his ass out of there like tomorrow. But I don't know. We're going to continue to see the erosion of our rights. And the rich are going to continue. I think the gap between the rich and the poor is going to increase. What you think Eddie thinks about this? Is he looking into it? It's funny. I almost called him up today with everything going on. I just have a pretty good idea of what he already thinks about all this. So I didn't call him. But yeah, I mean, at one point he said if Biden won, he was going to leave California, but I don't think he really will. My shoulder is really fucked up or I would be doing jujitsu. I got I fucked up my shoulder like about 10 weeks ago, and I would go get an MRI or x-ray or some shit, but I don't even want to. They're telling us in LA, they're like, don't even leave your home. So many people have this shit, 1 in 5, that every time you leave your home, it's a risk. And I'm like, not really worried about COVID personally. I'm sure I'd be fine, but I still don't want it. So I'm not going to go to the hospital for an MRI that I don't have to have right now. That's exactly right. They do not care about us. Eddie Bravo Radio was fun. So, yeah. So what just to summarize, in my heart of hearts, I don't think this is the end of America. But I do think it's going to be, I think Biden, or if Harris ends up taking over, I'm sure they'll get us into a war. That's a prediction of mine. I'm sure they'll find a way to get us into a war within the next 4 years. They love that. I wish my pipe wouldn't rattle with spit. Yeah, Iran, that makes sense. They seem to already be setting that up. Let's talk about the 25th Amendment. China, yep. Members of Trump cabinet discussing invoking 25th Amendment. There's been discussions among some members of Trump cabinet, allies of Trump. Should be a vehicle for members of the cabinet to remove him from office. It's unclear how extensive these conversations have been, if Pence is supportive. Many have been horrified by Wednesday's events and Trump's encouragement and lack of engagement. It is pretty amazing this piece of shit tear-gassed people so he could take a picture with a Bible, yet he allowed the Capitol to be taken over. Look, again, I think they're all garbage. It's really funny to me how many people get mad at me when I say they're all garbage. I'm like, yeah, Trump is horrible, and so is Biden, and so is Harris, and so is Obama, and so are all of them. And they go, but come on, this is a whole other level. I'm like, well, Trump didn't get us into any new wars. He's horrible, but he didn't. He didn't sign off on the torture program like Pelosi did. Biden's reinstating the Obama deal with Iran. Yeah. Well, Biden's going to probably put everything back the way it was. It's going to be like, but it's like things weren't good. They were for me. I mean, personally, I was doing great. But if you're looking at it on the whole, it's like, okay, great. You're going to go. He's not going to do anything revolutionary. Biden's not going to introduce a UBI. Biden's not going to do shit for you. Yeah, Trump. Well, he doesn't really back up his promises though, because he one of the things he swore he would do would be to cut deficit spending and stop just printing tons of money. But he increased the deficit more than any other fucking president in the history of the world. The guy signed every fucking bill that came across his desk. You know, really don't hope they don't put that insurance mandate back on for the ACA. Well, I live in California, Lizzie. When they got rid of the Affordable Care Act mandate for having insurance, when they got rid of it federally, California just created their own and required it. So if you live in the state of California, you're required to have health insurance, which it's worked out okay for me. Although I'm about to lose my health insurance, can't pay it. You'll never get a UBI with a 6-3 Supreme Court conservative majority. You think so? I don't know. I've told you before to read the article in Reason magazine that went into a really in-depth discussion about UBI and about how there were Republicans, Democrats, and libertarians that all agreed on some form of it. Now, I'm not moving to Texas. Fuck that, man. Listen, things will get better. The reality is I live in an amazing place, dude. I love Santa Monica. When things are open again, it's a great place to live. I don't know. I think things are going to get worse before they get better. I think most of 2021 is going to suck a big bag of dicks. Uh, Me and one of my friends both got a notice that our unemployment benefits have been suspended and that more information would arrive on January 6th, and neither one of us got any information. And when I tried calling in, I got hung up on by the thing. So it's, you taking the Pfizer jab right away? I don't think it'll be available to me for months and months. You're thinking moving to Arizona? Lizzie, I forget. Where do you live? But, I don't give a fuck about the vaccine. I'm not worried about dying of COVID. The chance of me, I have a better chance of dying probably from edging for too long of a time. What happened to Zach? He was found dead in his apartment. Yes, he had nothing to eat or drink for days. He had plenty of food. Why wasn't he eating or drinking? Apparently, he went on an edging marathon and he just couldn't stop. He jacked off day after day, never actually coming. And then when he finally did, the last of all of his nutrients were in that load. And as they left his body, he expired. That's I have a better chance of dying that way than a COVID. So, but as far as would I take the vaccine, it's not going to be available for people my age and all that shit for months. Yeah, weed overdose. So let's go. Let's go see what they were saying. You think they'll do this 25th Amendment thing? He's got 14 days left in office, and they're calling for his impeachment. They're trying to get rid of him right away. They're like, get this fuck out of there, which I agree with. May as well get him the fuck out because he's not going to help anything for the next 2 weeks. He's just going to be there causing problems. He's probably, as one president leaves and a new president comes into office, the outgoing president writes a letter and leaves it in the desk for the incoming president. It's like a tradition. How much do you want to bet Trump just drops a deuce right in the desk? Biden sits down. Oh, I wonder if Trump wrote me that letter, and opens up the drawer and there's just a big fucking turd there. You work in healthcare, you have to take it, or I can't work. Yeah. I would take it. I'm not scared of it or anything. He's going to do something spiteful, I agree. This fucking idiot, Ilhan Omar, is drawing up articles of impeachment. Representative Seth Moulton wants to remove him to the 25th Amendment. Trump is directly responsible for this insurrection and violence. He needs to be removed from office immediately. It's the constitutional responsibility of VP Pence and the cabinet to exercise the power granted them by the 25th Amendment, where Congress must immediately impeach and remove the president for the safety of our nation. I agree. Get this fucking piece of garbage out of there. Get him the fuck out. Trump's letter will be psych. Or he skeets all over the furniture. That's funny. That was almost my first idea. As I was working through what he might do, I was just imagining him just jacking off over every corner of the Oval Office. Just fucking, he's like, oh, wait until they run a black light over this fucking office. They're gonna find my jizz everywhere. Oh man, he probably find a couple of dead hookers in the closet. I'm really enjoying the pipe. It's a new thing for me, the pipe. It's a lot of fun. You ever been to Holland? Nah. Sounds awesome, though. I heard there's good pancakes in Amsterdam. All right, let's see what we got here. So they're saying this is a staged psyop? All right, let's find out. This is my boy Sam Tripoli. Said the moment when you find out it's a staged psyop. So let's see the evidence. I saw this video. Why does this mean it's a staged psyop? Does anybody understand why this is evidence of being a staged psyop? Giuliani get disbarred. He tweeted this morning, when court battles fail, we must take up arms and go to court. Jesus. Giuliani's always been a piece of garbage, too. Him and Trump along together. So, I wonder how long a pipe is theoretically supposed to be able to sit with the embers sitting there for you to be able to get a hit. Like, could you put a pipe down for an hour and pick it up and then get a hit off of it? A lot of good jokes about how inadequate security was at the White House. I wanna see why they're saying this is a staged psyop, though. I gotta read the thread. How does this mean it was staged? Thank you. Somebody wondering the same thing I am. Who's the cameraman? His angles and vantage point are so good. What does that mean? There's fucking, everybody's got a camera these days. Oh, so Jody Ramen Noodles, it says that the police officer didn't make enough of an effort. No real cop doing his job would have done it. It is weird that he didn't just start shooting people. They're basically saying that the cop pretty much escorted them in. That's their reasoning for it being a staged psyop. Oh, Trump would destroy Biden in BJJ, Harold. It wouldn't even be close. That cop did look scared as fuck. I mean, look, Trump is a big dude, man, and he plays golf all the time. He would fuck him up. 4 dead? And wow. I knew one woman was killed. There's 4 people got killed? What? All right, let's take a look. He probably was scared for his life, but also maybe wanted to slow the advance without riling him up anymore. If it was staged, why did Trump condone it? I mean, wouldn't he want to make it clear he didn't want it if he didn't want it? No, I think Trump did want it, though. I think that's the point. If you pack a pipe correctly, you should be able to put it down for 10 to 15 minutes between your next puff. Still have it lit via the embers. But that's why you want to try to pack it right. See, that's what I was looking for. I love this. Thank you, Justin. I was wondering, like, I bet there's like a world record, like, I left my pipe for 3 days and picked it up and still burning. That's how good I am at packing a pipe. You know what I'm saying? I bet there's somebody out there that can keep it going forever. Yeah, shot the Air Force lady in the neck. Okay, so... this was the headline that I clicked on said that there was... Oops. Hold on. It said 4 dead, including 1 shooting victim. All right, here, let's just watch this.
U.S. Capitol Police officers, at which time they were confronted by plainclothes U.S. Capitol Police officers, at which time one Capitol Police officer discharged their service weapon, striking an adult female. She was transported to a local hospital where, after all life-saving efforts failed, she was pronounced deceased. Her identification is being withheld at this time, pending next of kin notification. The Metropolitan Police Department's Internal Affairs Division is currently investigating this matter as we investigate all officer-involved deaths in the District of Columbia, including ones from other agencies. This is a tragic incident, and I send my condolences to the family, to the victim's family, and
who were the other 3, though? I already knew about
this. There were
this.
3 other deaths reported today from the area around the Capitol grounds. 1 adult female and 2 adult males appear to have suffered from separate medical emergencies, which resulted in their deaths. Any loss of life in the District of
so that had nothing to do.
And our thoughts are with anyone impacted by.
What was that? COVID? What the fuck? Gavin has video of the shooting because the Proud Boys were sending him live footage. I watched her die. Wow. Is that on YouTube? I wonder if they're going to call the shooting of that woman, if they're going to call that a COVID-related death. She's got a bullet hole in her chest. We could have saved her if it wasn't for the COVID. Brian Williams is trending. Why? Do we care? So there was protest in downtown LA today. Beverly Hills, they were fighting and protesting. The world leaders condemning disgraceful scenes at U.S. Capitol. We're a fucking joke. Lawmakers and a major business group. I know, guys, listen, this all sucks. That's not what we do on the show. We usually just talk about pussy and drugs and fun shit and make fun of social justice warriors, but you could, as you know, there's nothing else happening. You know, I mean, what else can we talk about? Lindsey Graham's trending. Give a fuck. I don't know what's up with Tony Ferguson. Gavin's a paid subscription. Oh yeah, I got you. Lively has the footage of the woman shot today. Yeah. Here, I'll see if I can find it. Lively woman shot. It's got to be rare for a Capitol policeman to ever get to shoot anybody. What do we got?
Can you just start with your first and last name and where you're from?
Yeah, I already saw this.
Thomas Morani from New Jersey.
This is a different idiot.
Yeah.
This is pretty
How
funny.
did you get that on your hand?
Well, we had stormed into the chambers inside, and there was a young lady who rushed through the windows.
This fucking faggot. Did you guys see him?
We need some kind of investigation.
He's
Congressmen
like,
and women, they don't care. I mean, they think we're a joke. $2,000 checks was a joke to them. You know, there's people filming us laughing came out. It could be you or your kid.
look at this.
Stand
Look, watch this.
until
He's
we
like,
got
this could be
inside, and then all
you.
of a sudden, guns came out. But I mean, we're at a point now it can't be allowed to stand. We have to do something. People have to do something because this could be you or your kids.
Thank you, Tom.
That could be you, a little scratch. You pussy. What a fucking pussy. All right, let's see. I did a search on Live Leak. I don't know. This is it's I don't know where it is. I'm surprised she was the only one shot. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing they got there. You would think a bunch of people running in, storming the Capitol building, that they would. I'm a brown belt. Fuck you, Dub Style. I'm a brown belt, Harold. You would think as they're storming the Capitol building, they would just be mowing those people down. You would think that, like, Secret Service would be like, if you enter that, you come through this door, we're going to just start shooting you. That's what you would think. It's the goddamn Capitol. Yeah, I got my brown belt about a year ago, Harold. And kind of bummed, man. I'm trying to get my black belt before I turn 50. So I'm 46 now. And it's like my whole plan for 2020, a big part of it was to go to as much jujitsu as possible. I was even going to go to the wrestling classes. I never go to wrestling, but there's a wrestling class. I'm like, I'm going to fucking improve my wrestling and enter some tournaments. And do you have to win a match to get the black belt? No, you don't even have to compete to get a black belt. Like Joe Rogan never competed. It took him like 18 years to get his black belt. I'm on that video of Joe getting his black belt, but he never competed in jiu-jitsu. So you don't even have to compete. But I wanted to, man. I've competed a handful of times and I've never won. So I was like, this is the year, man. I'm going to compete a bunch. I'm going to fucking do everything I can from here on out to get that black belt. And so I was like, I have 4 years. If I fucking work my ass off, I think I can do this. Now I've got 1 year less because of this shit. But again, at least I'm alive. My signature move? You mean like what's my favorite submission? Is that what you're asking me? My main submission is arm triangle. It's like a head, like a head and arm choke. That's probably my main shit. I've also been throwing the isosceles triangle into my game a lot. The isosceles is pretty cool. It's, let's say you've got full mount on somebody and you're fighting for the underhook on their left side. And, you're tired as fuck and you want to go for the arm triangle and it's just you're just too tired. You're like, oh man, even if I get that arm triangle in, I'm not going to have the strength to finish that fucking thing. So there's a transition there on full mount to going from the attempt of the arm triangle to what's called an isosceles. And the isosceles is, hey, what's up, Michael Plaster? How you doing? You and Tony. I was actually gonna maybe take a drive and visit you guys tonight, but then I saw the rioting in downtown, and fuck, I technically could still take a drive. I guess it's probably quiet down there now. Anyway, fucking miss you guys. I'm gonna get my shoulder checked soon, so I can come back soon, plaster. I might even come back with a fucked up shoulder and just work around it, man. I got to get out of here. I'm losing my goddamn mind locked in my apartment. But anyway, there's a transition to this isosceles triangle, which is a neck crank, Harold, and if you somehow, if they get up and you lose the crank, they go right into a traditional triangle. So it's pretty badass because the neck crank doesn't take a lot of strength because it's not a choke. It's like, you're cranking their fucking neck. Yeah, I'll come, plaster. Are you downtown? Where are you at now? You hanging with Tony? Where are you at? I almost called Eddie today, by the way, just because of everything going on. I don't know when you got into the show, plaster. I talked about that earlier. I might, man, I might have to pack my pipe again. That was a pretty good smoke sesh. Your place downtown. Did you see any riots today down there? Paul Harris still leg locks seem the scariest subs move. Yeah, style. Yeah, well, there's a lot of leg lockers at 10th Planet and in the world of jiu-jitsu in general. No, just you see, I was watching some riots downtown LA and Beverly Hills today. You didn't see the ones downtown? They weren't bad. Not as good as, last year's, but former president sickened by riotous display at Capitol. Everybody's sickened by it. But you guys, I'm sickened by all you fuckers too. Look at all these war criminal murderers and liars. Clinton, piece of shit. Bush, piece of shit. Obama, piece of shit. Fuck them all. Mitt Romney, piece of shit. WNBA players, not as bad as soccer players, but they're mostly useless too. And protesters gather outside state capitals. You guys want to? Should we bite? You want to see what they're talking about now? They're going to yammer on all night. Let's see what they're saying. Come on. Oh, you'll be right back, you piece of shit. Let's see. Yeah, perv, warmonger, and liar. Yeah, exactly. Most illuminating footage I've seen of women getting shot at Capitol. Oh, the fuck, there's no link there. I gotta make you a mod, Justin. And Michael Plaster too. Let me see real quick if I can make you a mod. I can't see that link. What a guy, looking around for links for me. He's like a producer, this fucking guy. Yeah, we were watching a fight from Beverly Hills, Plaster. You should have seen this guy getting his ass kicked. No ground game at all. Hey, by the way, for anybody hanging around, I'd love it if you hit that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the little notification bell. Choose all. You'll know when I go live and when I upload a new video. You think anyone high up is going to go down on that Ghislaine Epstein trial? Oh, my God. It's like no one's even talking about that, right? Like, yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell, that whole fucking thing. Well, according to some of the victims, sorry, I'm just trying to find the thing where I can turn plaster and okay, here we go. So we've got Levine 2001. I'm gonna make you a mod. Hold on. Boom. This shit never works. No matching users found. What do you mean? That's his goddamn name. This thing, I always have a problem with this. Okay, let's try it this way. Hold on. Go over here. Go over here. Trump will pardon Ghislaine. She's his friend. Oh, so thanks. That's what I was going to say. I've heard some of the victims saying that Ghislaine Maxwell was worse than Epstein. That she, like that, this one victim in particular said that Epstein was clearly like a sick man, pedophile, you know, and all, but was clearly fucked up. Whereas Ghislaine was like, was like, just fucking pure evil. That she seemed to embrace being cruel. It sounds like she was worse than him, and she has all the info. I don't know, man. I don't think it's in anybody's interest for her to go down. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, there was people on both. There were so many powerful people involved with Jeffrey Epstein. There's so many people that don't want her story for Ghislaine Maxwell to be able to spill the beans. I don't know, man. It's I don't think we're ever. Listen, you know me, I'm not conspiratorial, but all of this stuff has got to show you that there's a whole world going on that we know nothing about. And sorry, I'm still trying to figure out. All right, I give up. I was trying to add you guys as mods. I can never figure out how to do it. Once in a while, I stumble across it. I'm like, oh, that's how I make them mods, and then I lose it again. All right, what else we got?
Foundation of our constitutional republic, and they take a sledgehammer to the peaceful transfer of power.
She absolutely should get the death penalty, Ghislaine Maxwell. It's amazing. Imagine that pervy she-demon grandma forcing herself on you. Gross, exactly. California hospitals prepping for grim COVID-19 choices. See, everything's more fun when you read it like a radio announcer. All right, everybody, how you doing today? It's 7 a.m. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm here on your daily commute. Hope you're having a beautiful day in Southern California. Speaking of California, the hospitals are prepping for grim COVID-19 choices. All right, enjoy your day. Nya. Giuliani accidentally leaves voicemail for wrong senator trying to slow votes. Hey, look, Arizona's taken over the hot spot of the world among the virus amid the virus surge. Oh, here's the woman that got killed. What's her name? Let's see. Ashley Hobbit.
More about the woman who died today after being shot in those protests in Capitol Hill. Correspondent Jeff Paul has the latest on that part of the story for us tonight. Good evening, Jeff.
Yeah, good evening, Shannon. The investigation into the shooting is still in its early stages, but
you look like you're in your early stages. When are your balls going to drop?
Here's what we know so far. The family of the woman.
Here's what we know so far. Got to turn off your closed captioning.
Killed has confirmed her identity.
Oh, wow. She's hot. Man, you shot her in the chest? You fucked up those titties?
Identity as Ashley Babbitt of San Diego. She was reportedly a 14-year veteran with the Air Force. We also know just the day before the shooting, she sent out this tweet in response to another. Quote, "Nothing will stop us. They can try and try and try, but the storm is here and it is descending upon D.C. in less than 24 hours, dark to light."
Look at her name, Common Ash Sense. Apparently not. People with common sense don't do. That's great. Oh, the irony. Do I think McGregor will hammer Poirier again? No, I don't. But he could surprise you. She was in Iraq and Afghanistan. She's pretty fucking hot.
The shooting happened after 3 p.m. today.
Can I, if you know, she hasn't been dead that long. Can we see her naked real quick before she starts to decay?
Inside the Capitol as pro-Trump supporters stormed.
That's cruel, Zach. Sorry, I don't give a fuck about a woman getting shot storming the U.S. Capitol.
The building. There is video that appears to show the incident where it shows a crowd of people inside the Capitol yelling. There's seemingly some confusion and chaos, and then you hear a shot fired off.
Right here, there should have been several shots. There should have been a shot for every one of these guys as they came through the window. As each one came through the window, it should have been blam, 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 blam. Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ, you can't walk into most convenience stores and not expect to have the clerk to have a gun to shoot you with, you know?
Metropolitan Police later confirmed.
It really does seem like Trump just allowed this to happen. I mean, fuck.
To Fox News that the woman who was shot died from her injuries. Now, a witness who recorded one of the videos that's circulating spoke with Fox News a short time ago. Here's how.
Should have had the Kevlar on, exactly. Maybe she couldn't get the Kevlar on over those big titties.
He's describing the scene.
Is that Artie Lang? I think that's Artie Lang down there.
She didn't say anything. She hit the ground, and that's when I was filming, and I stopped filming. That's why my videos are split in two, because I had to shine a flashlight on her to see if we could stop the bleeding, and we put our hands on her neck to try and stop it.
But she got shot in the chest, I thought. Did you touch her titties? You look like you would have touched her titties.
We just watched her eyes go wide, and there was nothing we could do.
I think she probably looked like that normally. She doesn't seem too bright.
Now, Babbitt's mother-in-law also told our local Fox affiliate in D.C. that, quote, I really don't know why she decided to do this.
I wonder if anybody helped him. You think that's a clip-on tie, or did his dad help him tie his tie today for his first day at work?
What is unclear is specifically where the shooting took place inside the building.
All right.
Let's welcome back to the
Well, welcome back to the show. Trump backers claim riot was false flag operation. I was once hanging out in a gay bar with a girlfriend, and because she had a gay friend that we met up with there, and she went to use the bathroom, and this gay dude hit on me. And I said, oh man, I actually have a girlfriend. She's in the bathroom, but you know, I'm flattered that you'd hit on me. And he said, you're not gay and you're in here? We call that a false fag operation. Get out of here. And I was like, oh no, it's a false. Trump backers claim riot was false fag operation. A bunch of straight dudes were in our gay bar. I'm trying, guys. I mean, look, I'm a broken man. What can I tell you? It's a Blackstone CEO and longtime Trump ally. Oh boy. What do you think of that bare chest from Hat Guy on the front line? Oh, bare chest horn hat guy on the front line. Yeah. When I saw the dude with the horns on his head, that dude, I honestly, the very first one I saw, I thought it was photoshopped. I thought somebody photoshopped this dude into this, and I thought it was like some like old meme guy or something, you know, like it would be kind of like photoshopping Rick Astley into it or something. That's what I thought at first. And then when I realized it was real, I mean, I guess we've got a new mascot for 2021. I knew that one was coming. Which one? What are you talking about? There's a little bit of a delay, so I don't know what you guys are laughing at. I don't even know what I said a second ago. My false fag operation. He was in Mike Pence's seat on pictures too. Well, I saw one dude was in Pelosi's office and then left her like a menacing note, and fucking had his like feet up on her desk. Yeah. Yeah, no, I figured out it was the false fag joke. It's a false fag operation. So I okay, I can't even. Yeah, never mind. Hold on, I'm packing my pipe like I'm shaking a baby's hand, and now like a woman's hand. Hold on. I think this woman's a little bit tougher than your average woman. Yeah, you could take that shit. This woman, she could take it. Now I'm gonna shake. Now I'm gonna shake my pipe like a man's hand. Yeah, take that, you fudge packer, tobacco packer. I don't know why fag has been the word of the day today. Have you guys noticed that? It's been a particularly fag heavy cast today. I think it all started because of that first video we watched. And that, who was it? Who were we? I forget who the original, who triggered me today. Oh, I know who it was. It was the redhead MAGA guy with the rifle.
Resulting in thousands of hours of videotape. You can see it on YouTube, proving there was no fraud. You heard Representatives Doyle and Brendan Boyle talking about access.
Doyle and Boyle?
How the Republicans.
This is Doyle and Boyle next to Rufus and Doofus. I guess we should go back to Twitter. I've worn out Yahoo. Oops. Twitter. What do we got? 52 arrested. Let's see what Cori Bush has to say. Republican members of Congress incited this domestic terror attack through their attempts to overturn the election must face consequences. Broke their sacred oath to office. I'll be introducing a resolution calling for their expulsion. This is Sean Davis replying. Your silly resolution there is dated January 5th, which was yesterday. How did you manage to draft legislation in response to an event that hasn't happened yet? What do we got here? Adrian Lapalucci, Kyle Lacasio. All right, here, let's check out.
Forgot how good that music was till that documentary came out. Not a good feminist, though. I'm still listening to R. Kelly. Kind of forgot how good that music was till that documentary came out. People are freaking out, though. They're like, what are we going to do with his music? I'm like, well, look, obviously I'm not going to support anything new that he puts out. Unless it's great. Honestly, though, all of his old music, that's all grandfathered in. Look, if you're not listening to that music, it's like you fucked those kids for nothing. Hey, guys, look, you may not support the war, but you always support the soldiers.
That was fucking great.
Not a good feminist, though. I'm still listening to R. Kelly.
Got to give her a little love. That was very funny. I just accidentally inhaled. I packed the pipe again. Let's see. This fucking piece of shit. I don't know, guys. Hey, Muay Thai. What's up, Muay Thai? I knew tonight's show was going to suck, by the way. Because, I mean, what is there to talk about except madness?
To my good friend from Illinois, to make sure we have a chance to argue among ourselves, and when it's over, it is over. It is over. The final thing, Joe Biden, I've traveled the world with Joe. I hoped he lost. I prayed he would lose. He won. He's the legitimate president of the United States. I cannot convince people, certain groups, by my words, but I will tell you by my actions that maybe I, above all others in this body, need to say this. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are lawfully elected and will become the president and the vice president of the United States on January the 20th.
And on that day, I will finally come out of the closet. All right, I will do as Justin has told me to do. Are we looking at this? What am I looking for, Justin? Click on the Tommy Girl account first. All right. I actually thought I had. I fucked up. Oh, is this... I don't speak. Click on the comment. Oh, finally. Is this what we're looking for? All right. Let's
Start evacuating the other house. Bust it down. Break it down. Shake it down.
Let's see.
Bust it down.
So she was climbing through the...
Back up! Back up now! Back up!
That's was she shot? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where she got shot. Like, is she going in and then got shot by somebody? Like, okay, is she crawling in this direction and got shot from far away down the hall over here? That's what it looked like. But what's really crazy about that is there's armed cops here. I can't imagine somebody in there down the hall shooting toward other police officers and reporters and shit. So I'm confused if she actually got shot from over on this side. So she didn't get shot from down that hallway. She got shot by one of these guys as she was going in. Exactly. Hey, Jordan, that's what I'm trying to figure out too. B, everybody's here. The cops behind her did not shoot her. It was from the front while she climbed through the window. That's crazy that somebody from the front would shoot toward other cops, though. Welcome to the show, Jordan Palmer. Got to play your thing. That's what it looked like to me, too, Justin. The men busted the window and saw the guns and said, "Get back," and she jumped through the hole. Through the glass. Yeah, but so then am I correct then that somebody from the other side shot toward all of these people?
In the sky keeps on turning.
I don't know what the fuck. That's pretty crazy though. So you that Dub, you were with me on that. So you agree that somebody from down this hallway from the inside shot toward all of these people. That's fucking nuts.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lady was just shot. She might be dying right now.
We're not coming here if it's unruly. You guys gotta calm down.
They will not come. Make it home. We gotta get her out of here. Hey, come on, get her out of here. No. All right, everybody make a fucking hole. This lady just got shot. Make a hole. We gotta get this girl out of here.
I'm sorry. I think as soon as the first person stepped through the building, they should have been shooting these people. I mean, it's the U.S. Capitol.
Start evacuating the other side. Bust it down. Bust it down.
I'm trying to.
Bust it down.
Wow. I mean, that could have easily hit any of these people. Start of the Revolutionary War, shot her around the world, Lexington Concord. I mean, what the You know, do you guys remember when that crazy dude, I would have shot that guy that was standing going through. Yeah, remember that time that crazy dude jumped the fence of the White House and managed to get all the way inside the White House? Rogan had a whole bit about it years ago. And it's like, I always thought of the White House as like Fort Knox. Like as soon as you jumped over the fence, there would be like, remember in Red Dawn, they would like pop out of the ground and they would just mow you down. Instead, dude jumps over the fence, gets all the way into the White House. Remember that? And we're like, we thought the White House had good security. Now we're looking at the U.S. Capitol building. It's under siege. And as soon as the door breaks down, there's not a fucking row of Secret Service cops, officers just mowing people down as they breach the building. I don't get it. I think you're right, B. I think they allowed it. I think you're right. I think it was allowed. Well, thanks, Justin, for finding it for me. I appreciate it. My unofficial producer, Justin. I just hope this shit today doesn't create more Timothy McVeigh type characters. Search Twitter for Jaden X account at the J. Alexander. What am I going to find there? Let's find out. Let's see what it is. Oh, he has it from another angle? Wow, there was two going? What's going on here? Maybe he took it off? I don't know. Whatever, it's good. Appreciate it. Fuck. See, I know Tiffany a little bit. I had dinner with her once. She was among a group of people I had dinner with. So I don't know her well or anything, but that's how I follow her. Because, of course, it's not MAGA. We aren't the violent party. Pretty sure Proud Boys are Democrat paid too. Getting a lot of reports that the Capitol bum rush was staged and not MAGA. Fits the color revolution playbook to a T. Going to look at pics with the first Praetorian intel shed, but seems pretty likely we've already ID'd some people who've been tracking. So, I mean, there's just no end in sight. Oh, that wasn't my fault. You gave me the other one. It doesn't seem like there's any end in sight for the conspiratorial minded. This account doesn't exist. I don't know. It's okay, dude. I don't need to see another angle. It's fine. What do we got here? The Capitol seems to be under the control of a man living in a Viking hat. A website to rate women on campus. That's pretty funny. So this is obviously in reference to Facebook because that's how Facebook got started. Pretty funny. Baked Alaska may have given COVID to everyone at the riot today. Good job. What? I have no idea what that means. There's a dog. I always love a dog. Love Jill. Love Jill. Love her dog. Lynn Wood's been permanently banned from Twitter. I don't know who Lynn Wood is. More people died at the Capitol on Wednesday than resigned from the Trump administration in response. In all fairness, all but one died from medical reasons. Tiffany Fox, fuck Mike Pence. What a traitor. I mean, wow. So, okay, that's my question to you guys. How do we end this divisiveness? I mean, it's unrelenting. When Biden is actually in there on the 20th, Baked Alaska, Ben & Jerry's ice cream is good. All right. You've put so much effort into it, Justin. I'll take a gander. I got so much smoke going, I can't see. What we got here? Oh, now it makes sense. It really, now, because I couldn't understand. I mean, he's still shooting toward a lot of people, including other cops. But it really seemed like the person was from much farther down the hall and far away. There needs to be a good independent candidate, but the media doesn't give him any shine. Exactly. It's always red versus blue. And yeah, and you know, man, here's the thing I've said about Trump for a long time is it's a real shame that somebody other than Trump wasn't in Trump's position. In other words, we finally elected an outsider, but we elected a fucking reality TV show huckster. It's like all those times I voted for Ralph Nader. I voted for the fucking guy with the charts. What was that guy's name? The billionaire that ran, that had all the charts and shit. Fuck was his name? My point is, I'm always voting for independent type people, outsiders, right? And they never get elected. Imagine if instead of it being Trump, if somebody with some brains, conviction, and morals had gotten in there who was an outsider. So imagine, for instance, if, I don't know, Ross Perot, thank you. Appreciate it. Exactly. Imagine if somebody like Mark Cuban got in there. And by the way, I don't necessarily, agree with everything Mark Cuban says, but he's a real billionaire and an actual smart guy with convictions and some set of morals, right? And it's just, I just can't believe that Trump was elected and it was him. And that opportunity to have an outsider come in to really change things for the better. And instead we got Trump. It's like, how great would that have been if it had been just about anybody else? I would have taken Michael Moore. I like Michael Moore. Imagine if Michael Moore had gotten in there instead of Trump. It might have been outlandishly left, but fuck, man. The country just keeps going further and further right all the time. And now left and right don't even mean the same things that they used to mean. So, all right, let's see. So that looks like, that doesn't look like a revolver to me. It looks like an automatic. It looks like it's probably a 45. Somebody said that earlier, and that's kind of what it looks like. Hard to tell. But he's clearly waiting there. And people are breaking shit. See, originally, this guy way down the hall, I thought maybe that was who shot. Look at his trigger finger, by the way. I want to show you something I just noticed. See, the Mexicans have cut through Trump's new $15 billion wall 20 times using an $80 saw. Yeah, it's so stupid. By the way, though, don't forget, you're 100% right, Dub Style, but also don't forget Obama kicked more Mexicans out of this country than anybody. So, again, they say the right things, but they don't do the right things. I want you to notice something. This guy's trigger finger is along the side of the gun, as it should be. You don't put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot. So you see that? You see how his finger's laying across the side of the gun? Watch his finger as you could see the indecision, because you can watch his finger go on and off the trigger, and he can't decide what to do. Right there. You see that? His finger's right on the trigger. Two hands, finger on the trigger. I'll show you again, but you can watch it. Boom. And then takes it off. Then he takes it off. See? So you watch as he has it on and off the side. That's what it should. I'm sorry. That's what should have happened to all these people as soon as they entered the Capitol. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Trying to tear this country apart. We're supposed to, yeah. Sorry, I don't have any sympathy. I feel bad for the guy that shot her. And it does look, it looks like a black guy, right, Harold? I think that's a black guy that shot her. And, she was standing, she was up high going through the top, exactly. Gunned down by shaft. You think the country's done? I didn't say it wasn't, B. You might be right, man. It makes more sense to me too now, Jordan, when you say that angle. I don't know either. It might be over, bro. I would like to think that it's not, but you know. That wasn't so exciting. I thought we were going to get something better out of that. Bart Hansen says, Jesus Christ, hasn't it been 2 hours? The house is a clown show. I'm starting to wonder that too. How long is this supposed to fucking take? Like, let's find. All right, here we go. What is this? Oh no, this is old. This isn't. Where's the live coverage? Oops, I think there was some live coverage over here. Hold on. This was already voted on, right? Or is this a different thing? Anybody know what the fuck is going on? Let's see. On agreeing to the objection. Isn't this the objection to the Pennsylvania thing that was done a couple of hours ago? Are they just replaying this for some reason, or? No, Harold, I don't think Shaft's going to lose his badge. I think everybody that didn't do what he did should lose their badges. The Republicans are objecting to the will of the state's voters. But I thought we already went through that. I thought we were past that. They're all waiting for their weed to be delivered, and they're hookers. They probably have all the dead presidents are probably like cryogenically frozen and underneath this place, and they go down and consult with them via some kind of high-tech computer. All right, boring. Cannot believe I'm sitting here at 2:30 in the morning watching my former political party spit on the Constitution. The left is planting the violence. I've seen 7 pro-Antifa thugs seen in other riots. The pictures being posted are people... Boy, man, we are fucked. Oh, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe we're just done. Maybe the country's done, son. Maybe you're right. We are past that, but they're afraid if they don't object, they won't get reelected because Trump told them to object. Yeah. I saw a clip that showed officers opening gates or partitions, allowing people to advance further and farther into... Yeah, I saw that too. That looked legitimate to me, Jordan. I saw the same video. Jimmy Dore played it of the cops opening the gates for them. All right, what do we got here?
Get the fuck out of town! Fucking treasonous pieces of shit!
I know! They really destroying our city!
They're destroying the fucking city, and it's like nobody gives a shit! If that was Black Lives Matter, they got tanks rolling down Pennsylvania Avenue. But these fucking crackers take over the goddamn Capitol!
That's true!
What the fuck is that?
It makes me teary-eyed. I'm just...
Well, you're not going to get me to defend Black Lives Matter. Dr. Dre's home hit by would-be burglars who apparently saw he was hospitalized with aneurysm. Wow, what a fucking bunch of pieces of shit they are, huh? They're like, oh, the dude's in the hospital. I guess he's not home. Let's burglarize his place. Wow, that's pretty fucked up. We haven't watched any TMZ tonight. Let's find some TMZ videos. This is always... We gotta have some laughs here tonight, my friends. All right. Cardi B, she's retarded. That should be good for a laugh. Retards are always funny.
She turned off the WAP song when Baby Culture walked into the room. She was on her live and she's dancing to the song, and you see Culture like run around the corner and she turns the song off.
Thanks, Justin. You're not going to miss anything. I mean, I don't know about you guys, man, but I'm just kind of hanging out with you guys tonight. I'm sorry I'm not delivering more great content. I mean, we goof on trending topics, and there's nothing trending except chaos. And I don't know. I think we're all... I could be wrong. I could be misreading the room. I have been locked up alone for a long time now. But my feeling is that we're all kind of feeling the same way, that we're all just sitting back watching this going, what the fuck? And so here we are hanging out, you know? Crying in a bucket of chicken, you think? What? Eating ice cream. Okay, hold on. I missed something. Let me go up here. 2 pints deep. I missed something with ice cream. Keemstar reported today that Kanye is divorcing Kim for Jeffree Star. Yeah, I saw Keemstar said something that he knows it's over, even his right hand. What?
And then Twitter got upset. They're like, how do you make music that like is like this, but your own daughter can't listen to it? She was like, there are parents that are strippers and parents that twerk and all this stuff, but they don't do it around or teach it to their kids because that's just not what a parent would do.
Think about like an actor or actress who does a nude scene on Game of Thrones.
Okay, I'm thinking about it.
Because they don't want their kid to see it, doesn't mean that it was wrong to do. So there's no difference between that and this.
Or if you have to lie to your kid about what the birds and bees.
Okay, guys, you've got to love the fact that this is what's being debated on TMZ right now. You got to be with me on this one, that This is a nice reprieve from the rest of the shit. I mean, holy crap. Just to hear such trivial nonsense debated and discussed.
These are because you don't want to have that conversation yet, then your kid will get bullied for being like, oh, that's when mommy and daddy are exercising.
Exercising? Not true.
Daddy exercises so quickly.
I shouldn't have smoked that second pipe. The first one was good, two was too
Twitter
much.
moment for Ivanka Trump. She and President Trump were headed down to Georgia for the Senate runoff elections.
Looking
and
for a soul to
posted
steal.
A photo of herself with her dad. She made a few tags, including herself, but she forgot to tag her dad, President Trump, and instead tagged the singer Meatloaf, who had nothing to do with the flight, and as far as we know, nothing to do with the Senate runoff elections either.
I know how this happened. Donald Trump said something to her one day and said, I like meatloaf. And she got confused.
Or maybe that's her nickname for him. Hey, Meatloaf.
Wow.
It's interesting, and I didn't.
Anybody else feel even fucking stupider than you thought you could feel watching this? I know I feel really dumb watching this. Let's do some more.
Know this, that Trump and Meatloaf had a falling out. They used to be buddies. He gave an interview and he said we were good friends, but then I had some negative things.
Don Jr. versus Hunter Biden 2024. How about what would be the most ridiculous election in 2024? You know it's not going to be Biden, so what if it was I don't think it'll be Kanye. I don't think Donald Trump Jr. Maybe yeah, maybe Donald Trump Jr. Trump Jr. and I got it. Trump Jr. versus Michelle Obama. They finally convinced Michelle to run, and it's between those two. Actually, it's going to be 2024 is going to be Kamala Harris versus somebody. If I'll be surprised if it's Kamala Harris will probably be president in a year or two, don't you think? Romney versus Cuomo. Ugh.
Say about his presidency, and he didn't take well to that.
But you know what happened? This happens to you all the time. When someone speaks.
Harris Ivanka. How about Barron and Sasha?
You'll have your phone down, and all of a sudden the phone hears someone speaking, it starts typing it out.
The worst.
He was tagging people, and all of a sudden, the president yelled out, "Meatloaf" for dinner. That's what he wanted.
They're way too amused with themselves.
That's true.
That one girl in the corner isn't paying attention. This girl here, she doesn't give a fuck.
Give me the meatloaf. And it just auto-filled.
She still doesn't care. She's like, yeah, it's not funny. I'm not laughing. I definitely should not have smoked that second pipe.
Presents! Starring Gucci Mane and wife Keisha Kaur, mother of his newborn baby boy.
I don't know who they are. I gotta get past this. I can only.
And the baby.
Yeah, whatever. What else we got? TMZ.
In the Jewish religion, Manish Tana Halayla Hazeh. Why is this night different from all the others? Why is this object different from all the others?
So this is really the very first object that came from outside the...
Oh, we did this one already. That was the UFO. Fuck, man. Even TMZ's running out of stories for us. Oh, boy. Here's Jillian Michaels. She's a hot lesbian.
I'm hopeful that fitness across the board, right? Whether it's in gym, boutique classes.
She looks like Mick Jagger.
Or at-home workouts will be better than ever. I think people are more motivated than ever. I think that we have seen, if there's any silver lining that I'll be taking out of 2020, it's that people appreciate how important.
Fucking hot. All right. Well, my friends, what do you want to do? I spent, let's see, my boy, Big Angry Phil. To clarify, I've spent the past 4 to 5 years complaining about woke SJW or 1619 folks. You were doing Trump a favor whether or not you personally support him. That's fucking retarded. I've spent longer than that complaining about you woke fucksticks. Got nothing to do with Trump and everything to do with you being fucking weak, obnoxious people. I gotta, here, I gotta share this with him. This is that open letter. I did this last night. This is the black girl from Zimbabwe oh, God damn it, that spoke out against cancel culture. Let's see, this black woman from Africa thinks you're evil. There we go. Yes, that I did that. This was this letter from Africa Brooke, who actually is from Africa. She's from Zimbabwe. And she was a wokester and talks about what a cult it is and how she escaped the cult of wokeness. This is a great read. Here, I'll give you guys the link in the chat. If you want to read it later, it's really good. But I fucking hate Trump and I hate these woke assholes. So don't tell me I support Trump because I think social justice warriors are douchebags. Divorce is imminent. Gives a shit. He says white people just can't seem to get shot for this stuff. Well, that's not true. That woman that was killed had big titties and she was white. Heat and Celtics players kneel for anthem. I don't know why we're kneeling for everything. We're all pussies now. How about we start standing up again with our shoulders back and our heads up high? Identifying DC rioters. Frank. It's like there's been this war going on for truth and information, an info war. Little shout out to Alex Jones there. Are one of these idiots going to sign on to Wisconsin, or are we basically done now? Pelosi and McConnell look like death, and it's only 2:30 in the morning. Bart Hansen's a professional poker player. And I used to be a member of his Crush Live Poker website. Great website. I just wasn't playing poker, so. But I think I'm going to go back to it. I hate radical extremism on both sides. I agree with you. She went from Sofia Vergara to Nancy Pelosi real quick. God, Sofia Vergara is so fucking hot, huh? I'm not making a joke. I looked at this. This is the Portland Police Bureau, and I looked at it quickly. I thought it said to those on SJW 10th Avenue. I was like, what? Portland's got an SJW 10th Avenue. So it looks like there's a little. So this was just less than an hour ago. So there's unlawful assembly in Portland, happened in Beverly Hills, downtown LA.
Persistent and poisonous inequities and injustice. And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful. Now, too many see the protests as the problem. No, the problem is what forced your fellow citizens to take to the streets. Persistent and poisonous inequities and injustice. And please, show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful. Now, too many see the protests.
What's really funny is that no matter what side you're on, you're going to agree with Chris Cuomo on that. Let's see. Protesters in our nation's capital are treated differently by political leaders depending on what side of certain issues they're on. Oh, boy. We already know the NBA is sold out to China and went woke, so. Oh, brother. Smoking and watching the speeches in the House. Every time a speaker pulls up their mask, I toke. Currently high as fuck. Suddenly, it sounded like a fist fight almost broke out off camera at 2 a.m. Having never paid much attention to politics, does this happen a lot on this show? That's funny. All right, should we peek in to see what's going on live? Radical extremists have to ruin it for everyone else. China be winning. You got it right, man. China definitely be winning. Would you guys rather watch 9 Ball? Who would rather watch old 9 Ball tournaments from the 80s instead of this shit? I'm rooting for 9 Ball. I watched like 8 hours of One Pocket a couple of days ago. I spent like the whole fucking... It was over the weekend. I swear to God, I watched like 8 hours of... it was Tony Shohan playing Dennis Padillo, whatever his name is. I always forget that guy's name. What's up, James Smith? How you doing? Yeah, anything except CNN, I agree. I don't understand what's going on here. On agreeing to the objection, 187 nays to 131 yays. No independent. So, what are they voting on here? What is... and where's the little timer that tells us how much longer... I think it already went to 0, right? You guys ever heard of Tony Shohan? He's this guy's fucking amazing. Here. Now this is One Pocket. Oh, Dennis Orcalo, yeah. This Dennis Orcalo, this is what I was talking about. This thing was like 10 parts. And it was like a race to 40 with One Pocket. One Pocket is a fucking long, tedious game. They played a race to 40 over the course of, I don't know how many days for $50,000. And I watched like the last 8 hours of it. Objection to certifying Pennsylvania's electoral votes. I guess I'm confused because I thought they already did that. But all right, they're doing it again. I don't get it. All right, so if you guys don't know what One Pocket is, it's where you have to make all of your balls into only one pocket. So like one of these pockets is for Tony and one is for Dennis. All right. And I could tell by the way the cue ball is laying that this pocket here, because this game is a big strategy game, right? Where you want to leave when Dennis breaks, he breaks all the balls toward his pocket over here. And the idea is you want to leave your opponent in a position where they can't shoot any balls toward their pocket. In other words, if Tony's cue ball was over here or over here somewhere or over here, he'd have all kinds of shots toward his pocket. But you'll see he's got to make a ball in this pocket, but he's facing toward his opponents. You never played pool before? Well, this is One Pocket is a really high level game. The people that play One Pocket are some of the best players. It's a big gambling game. It's not very popular. I honestly always found I only played it a handful of times in my life. I was watching some a couple of weeks ago and I was thinking about, oh my God, this is so fucking boring to watch this. I just wanted to see some highlights. And I'm like, this shit is so boring. But then the more I watched it and the more I started appreciating it, Now I'm fucking addicted to one pocket. Anyway, so going back though, so the point is, this is Tony Shohan, one of the greatest pool players ever, and the object is he's got to make a ball in that pocket over there, and only that pocket. None of the other pockets count. This one's his opponent's, so only these two pockets count. All right, so we're gonna watch this. This is a highlight, so you're gonna see him make an amazing shot here. He's and one of the reasons it's so tedious. I'd kick your ass on 8-ball, Zach. One pocket, not so much. I don't know, Jordan. I don't play any one pocket, so anybody that plays any amount of one pocket would kick my ass at one pocket. My main game was always 9-ball, though. I used to play in tournaments and shit. Are you a good pool player, Jordan? I haven't played really for years, but okay, so watch this. Watch this shit. Watch this fucking shot. All right, how sick is that? But I've had a real hankering to play pool. When this pandemic is over, I think I want to get a new pool stick. I still have the same cue I've had for well over 20 years. And, but I want to get a nice cue and I want to start playing again. But yeah, he jumps the ball and kicks at that ball off the rail. We'll play it again. This is so fucking sick. It takes insane creativity. So he's going to jump it. Boom. And comes back and hits it. And leave. And I'm sure they show it again. But you'd probably kill me, actually, but I love 8-ball. Oh, I don't know. I did play a lot of 8-ball, too. I was in a pool league. Here it is in slow motion. I used to play in a league and shit. But that's so fucking insane. But I haven't played really serious pool for years, but I want to get back into it, man. I like straight pool a lot. But 9-ball was my main thing. But the greatest pool player that ever lived, and the guy who's just a fucking genius. Yeah, jumping is legal. If you're going to jump a ball, the rule is you can't use your cue stick by digging underneath the cue ball. So like you can't wedge the cue. You know what I'm saying. So when you jump the ball, you're not. Here, let me show you. You're not. I'll play it again for you. You're not allowed to scoop the ball, but he doesn't scoop the ball. What he does, when you watch, he's not scooping it. He's hitting it from up above. See? And it causes like a double kiss. So you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to jack up your cue stick and hit it from up down to make it jump, but you're not allowed to scoop under it. As a matter of fact, they have pool sticks that are made specifically for jump shots. They're called jump cues, and they're shorter, so it makes it easier to jack up your cue. But yeah, you want to see fucking the greatest pool player that's ever lived? This man right here, Efren Reyes. This guy is a goddamn wizard.
Wow.
You're just gonna see one after another here.
Also, bei mir ist es zumindest so.
Look at this. He kicked at that.
He kicked that in.
Boom.
Wow.
Yeah, Rogan's talked about him. Anybody that likes pools talked about him. Look at that. Beautiful safety there. Yeah, this not only does he make amazing shots, his creativity. Look at this. Oh! So fucking good. He's so creative. Do I like boxing? Yeah, I like boxing.
Here at the event, I really appreciate you taking time to stop by and share with us.
Look at that, break into the part. Boom.
Thank you very much for having me, Ray. And again,
so sick. Jesus Christ. Watched Minnesota Vets versus Willie Mosconi. Oh yeah, I watched that, B. That's a fun one. You should check out bare knuckle fighting. Oh, I've seen it, James. Bare knuckle fighting is awesome. I watched that Minnesota Fats Mosconi video. Now, Minnesota Fats was not a great pool player. He was mostly he was a great ambassador for the game. He was a good promoter. Minnesota Fats was a great promoter for the game and was good at bringing attention to it, and he was a great character, but he was not a great pool player. Steve Miserak was sort of like that. Yeah, he's Filipino. Yeah, and so is that guy, that match, that Tony Shohan match I was showing you, the highlight from, the guy he played, Dennis, whatever that, I always fuck up that guy's last name. That Dennis guy he was playing is also Filipino. A lot of great pool players from the Philippines. Look at that, 2 rails, never fail. And, but Steve Miserak was the same way, kind of. Miserak was a good player, but he wasn't of the caliber of guys like, Earl Strickland or Johnny Archer or Efren Reyes, obviously. Efren Reyes is the greatest that ever lived. So, but Steve Miserak was also a great ambassador and promoter of the sport, of the game, whatever you want to call it. He did those commercials for Miller or whatever it was. And so, again, great character. I met Miserak once. I saw him do an exhibition, and same thing with the Black Widow, Jeanette Lee or whatever her name is. Is it Jeanette Lee? The woman, the Asian woman, the Black Widow. She was a good player, but once she got famous, she was making so much money from doing promotional shit, commercials and shit. It was like she didn't. Oh, you like Jeanette Lee? You just mentioned her. That's funny. I wasn't looking at the screen. Jeanette Lee is she was a great player, but once she started making the big bucks, she let her game slip. So yeah, I mean, look, I like all these, but no offense, feel like pool's the bar version of golf. That's pretty funny. Well, I wouldn't be offended by that. I think that's hilarious. I don't know if I could ever get into golf. I was talking to a buddy of mine about that. I'd like to go to the driving range to hit balls, but I don't know that I actually want to get involved with playing the game. I think I just want to go to the driving range. Jesus Christ. It's amazing. So good. Did you guys hear? I'll show you something. This is pretty funny. Well, let's watch the last. There's a couple more highlights. I actually missed what happened on that one. Let me back that one up. I'm going to show you guys something pretty crazy, though. Oh, he made the 9 in. Show us some Manny Pacquiao pool. Yeah, he could play, right? I'll show you something pretty crazy. I feel like we already saw that shot, unless he made it again. Holy fuck. Yeah, we saw that one too. That's the kind of shit you learn from playing 3-cushion billiards. Let me find something for you real quick. Check this out. So this is 9-ball. Watch this break. This is pretty awesome. He made 6 balls in on the break. How crazy is that? It's a game of 9-ball, and he made 6 of the 9 balls in on the break. But wait until you see what he does next. What a fucking amazing break. Look at that. If one of them had been the 9-ball, he would have won. But he's got to just make these 3. And this should be easy, right? And he fucks it up. He just fucked up right there. All he had to do was make that ball and get good shape on the 8-ball. And he fucked it up. After making 6 balls in on the break, he ends up giving the game away. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine making 6 of the 9 balls and then not getting out? This guy's got to be like, thanks, dude. Appreciate that. By the way, that's the exact kind of thing I would do. When I saw this video for the first time, I was like, that is exactly a Zach move. I would have been up there. I would have made 6 on the break and somehow fucked up shooting, getting out on those 3. And there it is. Man, I'd be hitting myself. What a fuck up. Exactly. Hey, did you guys see the price of Bitcoin? It went up even higher. Hey, Jordan, you weren't here. I was telling people last night, one time you made a donation to me. By the way, if anybody wants to make a donation, or if you want some exclusive content, you want to learn how to do some magic tricks and some easy bar bets and get access to uncensored exclusive content, go to zachwaldman.com/fans. You could join my fan club for all of that stuff. And even if you don't join the fan club, there's lots of free things you could do on there to support the show. And I'd love it right now if you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, hit the little notification bell, choose all so you know when I upload a new video or when I go live. But Jordan, real quick, I was last night I was saying to people how you donated $40 to me on PayPal. Hold on, I'm looking for something here. Where's my So I said, yeah, a while back, Jordan donated $40 to me via PayPal. And I think after a transaction fee and whatever I had in there, I had $39 in my PayPal account. This is going back probably a few months, Jordan. It was probably a few months ago. So I thought, just for fun, I'm going to take that $39 you gave me and I'm going to buy Bitcoin with it, right? So that's what I did with it. My $39 of Bitcoin, is that a wish list? Now, if you go to zachwaldman.com/fans, there's the actual fan club that you can join. It's like a members only thing where I teach you magic tricks and bar bets. And then if you scroll below that, there is an Amazon wish list and there's an Amazon affiliate link, all kinds of shit. See you, James. Have a great night. Anyway, so I I bought $39 worth of Bitcoin from with the donation Jordan gave me. It is now worth $76.92. Bitcoin right now is one Bitcoin is worth over $37,000. Right now, the exact price is $37,061.18. So Jordan, I've almost the $39 you gave me. Let's just call it 40. But I've almost doubled it. I've got almost I'm just shy of $77, $76.92. That's a hell of an investment. Invest 40, get back 80. I doubled my investment. That's not bad, right? So my old and by the way, if anybody wants to buy Bitcoin, if you go to zachwaldman.com/fans and you scroll down, there's Coinbase. It says get $10 in free Bitcoin. If you click on that link, that's my affiliate link, and you buy $100 worth of Bitcoin, you'll get an extra $10 for free, and I'll get $10. Anyway, my old government teacher from high school shared an article from Wired magazine about a bet that was placed between a man named Sale and another man named oh fuck, I'm gonna forget his last name here. Let me look at my own Facebook. I can tell you what their names were. But anyway, this guy Sale was super against technology, and he had written lots of books talking about how technology was going to be the downfall of us. But how do you cash it out? If I want to cash it out, I just transfer it to my bank. So that's how you cash in and cash out. So I've had a Coinbase account for a million years. I remember years ago when a Bitcoin was $100 and me thinking, God damn it, I should have gotten a bunch of Bitcoin when it was virtually free. I'm such a dummy. Never imagining that Bitcoin would suddenly be worth $37,000. So here's the article. It's actually a pretty great article. You could get this article. I posted it in my fan club. I mean, not the fan club. I also have a Facebook group just for members of just for people that like my YouTube shit. So there's the link for that. ZachWaldman.com/FB group. Join the group. It's just a Facebook group. Join me on there. And there's a link to this article there. But so a Wired co-founder, one of the co-founders of Wired placed a bet. So Kevin Kelly, that's it. So Kevin Kelly and Kirkpatrick Sale. So it's a real interesting interview. This happened in 1965, but Sale was super anti-technology, whereas Kevin Kelly super for technology. He was he co-founded Wired magazine, for crying out loud. And he went and interviewed him and was super antagonistic, and he went there with the purpose of setting a trap for Sale, because in one of Sale's books he said that technology was going to be the cause of the collapse of civilization. And so here it is. History is full of civilizations that have collapsed, followed by people who have had other ways of living. Sale said, my optimism is based on certainty that civilization will collapse. That was the opening Kelly had been waiting for. In the final pages of his Luddite book, Sale predicted society would collapse within not more than a few decades. Kelly, who saw technology as an enriching force, believed the opposite, that society would flourish. Baiting his trap, Kelly asked just when Sale thought this might happen. And Sale decided to put a date on it. He decided on 2020. So they placed $1,000 bet. And here it is. And they both knew the same editor. So they both wrote checks for $1,000, gave it to their mutual editor to hold. And that guy held it away, locked up in his file cabinet. And this whole article gives the background of all three men involved and their points of view and the criteria of the bet and the outcome of the bet, because it was up to the editor that was holding the check to decide on the winner of the bet in 2020. And so, you can you can look and you could decide for yourself based on the criteria set forth whether or not you think he won the bet. But you know me, technology and gambling, and I mean, fuck. I was interested in this article. It's a great article. I recommend you read the whole thing. It's really good. And one of the things that caught my eye while I was reading the article was that there was a betting website where you can place bets for real long-term events. You know, I don't know if you know this, but there's a legal betting website. It's legal because the bet size is very small and the betting is used for research or some shit like that. It's called predictit.org. And predictit.org is a place where you can place bets on the outcomes of political elections and shit, political events, right? So here, let's go there real quick. I'm going to show you that first. I haven't spent really any time on it. I'm interested in it. But right here, like, you know, which party will control the Senate? And this is, it's done like a market. So you can buy futures and shit. I really know almost nothing about it. I just started getting into it. But let's see what kind of bets are available. Because you can bet on world events and state and local government, U.S. government. So let's see, what's the watch list? Nothing on the watch list. U.S. government. All right, so here are some different bets. Will Trump complete his first term? 81 cents say yes, 19 cents for a no. See, I don't know exactly how this works, but even though the bets are tiny, okay, so you could buy yes or you could buy no, and you could buy a certain number of shares. So even though the bets are tiny, there's a way to make them bigger. Maybe it's because you can buy a lot of shares. Again, guys, I know almost nothing about this, but you know, they're talking right now about yanking him out of office with 2 weeks to go. I mean, it's only 19 cents to buy the no. I almost want to bet that. Bet some, bro. Yeah. I wonder how does this, so I don't know how this works. Read the rules. Trump shall be president of the U.S. until conclusion of the 4-year term to which he was elected in 2016, temporary incapacity resulting in temporary transfer of authority to an acting president shall have no bearing on the outcome of this market. That's if he was incapacitated. Predicts decisions of determination under the rules shall be, predicts sole discretion and shall be final. So this bet ends on January 20th, 2021. So we could bet right now if we wanted to that they're going to yank him out. So it's kind of like a sporting line, right? You could see that, and I think it's the difference between a dollar. Oh, look at this. See, look at this, man. As I'm talking, it just went up. The market's shifting. So I think the way this works is, I think if I wanted to bet no, that he's not going to complete his first term, I think it's like you bet $1 and you get the difference. Like you get 80 cents. I don't know. I don't know how to fucking do it. I should do it though. I should buy like $10 worth of no. Buy no, number of shares. So what happens? Like if I buy 100 shares at 20 cents, you have not met the $10 initial, you have to deposit $10. All right, we'll I might do this later. I don't know if I want to, if I can figure it out while I'm live talking to you guys. I guess we could figure it out together, but I feel like I should watch a YouTube video or something. Still times to, so this is pretty cool. So this, but anyway, this is totally legal. And like I said, there's some loophole or something because it's used for research or some shit. And they have leaderboards of people, how they're doing, I guess. So you kind of, all predictors. And then what kind of votes? So net change in Senate seats, balance of power after the election. So it's like a marketplace with all these different things. Pretty cool, right? And you can sell your shares to other people. All right, so I just learned about this not that long ago. The reason I'm bringing it up is because of this article I was sharing with you about these dudes that placed this 25-year-old bet. Because, it came due at the end of, on December 31st, 2020. And while I was reading it, they talked about how there were places that that you could place long bets. And I was like, what? So look what I found. It's called longbets.org. And basically, these are bets that you can place for shit that's a long ways away. So between 21 and the end of 2030, annual fossil fuel emissions, excluding carbonation, will not exceed annual fossil fuel emissions, excluding carbonation, from 2019. So this is a 10-year bet. And it looks like you could bet 1,000 to 2,000 on it. And it's between these two guys, right? So, by the way, this is really the first time I'm looking at this is with you guys. So what I believe, though, is you can then bet on theirs. So here's the guy that, this is his prediction. He's like, I'll challenge you for that. They make their arguments. But I think there's some place here where I think you can place a bet. Let's find out. I have to realize why I can't vote. How come I can't keep my winnings? Betting where bettors keep the money winning is defined as gambling and is illegal throughout the United States. Okay, so I guess you can't actually make money on this? I thought you could because that article referenced something about it. All right. Interesting idea, though. The rules of long bets. Minimum period of predictions and bets is 2 years. Must be societally or scientifically important. Got to explain. There's a fee to publish the prediction. Any prediction can become a bet. $200 is the minimum from each side. Long bet odds are always even. The results always win-lose. Bettors provide the name of a charity to receive the winnings if they win. Fucking lame. I'm going back to predictit.org where I can actually win some money. What other votes? Let's see what other bets they have for the president. Popular vote margin of victory, Congress electoral college objections, congressional. This is what's going on right now, right? Election results versus the polls. Pelosi becomes acting president on January 1st, 2020. Jeez, that's a long shot. Tuberville objects to election results. Oh, this one. This was she actually. This was interesting. Loeffler objects to election results. She originally said she was going to, and then she said after what she saw that she wasn't going to. Rand Paul. Trump files for president before 2022. What else we got? Yeah, chat got real quiet, right? A woman president in 2024. AOC files for president before 2024. All right, I guess I'm boring the fuck out of people with gambling talk. We could switch it up. I'm probably about to wrap things up anyway, guys. Let's go take a look at whatever live coverage is going on and see if there's anything interesting before I go. This was the first time the Capitol building was invaded since the War of 1812. I bet when it happened in 1812, they were quicker to shoot these motherfuckers. I lost almost 1,000 followers today. Wonder what she did. All right, let's see. This is the guy that left that note for Pelosi when we saw the picture of him with his feet up on the desk. This guy is Richard Barnett of Gravette, Arkansas. Or is that Alaska? AK is Alaska, right? The man who broke into Speaker Pelosi's office, maybe pop by and pay him a visit. It's always nice when they start doxing people. French President Macron says he's coming to use democracy. It's surreal. I feel like I'm talking to a correspondent reporting from Bogota. Hi there, Jake Tapper. I'm a correspondent in Bogota, Colombia. Sorry to say we haven't had any mobs storming the Congress here for several decades, but I'll let you know if anything happens. That's fucking funny. That's pretty fucking funny.
Reporting from Bogota.
We got to hear this.
Good news. Capitol building is now secure, and they can hopefully go forward with the business, and we'll see how quickly they're able to do it. No word yet on whether those individual senators who want to object will continue to do so. But clear pressure is building after this chaotic day to show some unity here in Capitol Hill. Jay.
Yeah, it's just surreal. I feel like I'm talking to a correspondent reporting from Bogota. The capital has been secured. Wolf.
Oh, what a dick.
Capitol building is now secure.
Why are you picking on Bogota? Oh, my God. All right. Let's see if we could find anything live that's interesting or if they're still in there. Are they still in there figuring shit out? Yeah, we had that too over here back in the day. Yeah, Alien OG Kush is great. I kind of, you guys are making me want to smoke some weed with you.
Are there any objections to counting the certificate of the vote of the state of Rhode Island that the teller has verified, as it appears to be regular and authentic?
Hey, can somebody answer me a question? Why is it throughout all of this, whoever was behind this desk, they kept on calling Mr. President or Mrs. President? They called Pence Mr. President. Then some other jerk off is back there and they called him Mr. President. Is like whoever's sitting there, like presiding over things in that moment, the president, like but not obviously the United States, but for purposes of their fucking language.
And it appears
it's the
therefrom
chairman.
That Donald J.
So they call the chairman the president.
Received 9 votes for president, and Michael R. Pence of the state of Indiana received 9 votes for vice president.
President of the room, right?
Are
That's
there
what
any
I'm saying.
objections to counting the certificate of the vote of the state of South Carolina that the teller is verified, appears to be regular and authentic? Hearing none, this certificate from South Dakota, the parliamentarians advise, is the only certificate of vote from that state that purports to be a return from the state, and that is annexed to it a certificate of authority from the state purporting to appoint and ascertain electors.
Mr. President, the certificate of the electoral vote of the state of South Dakota seems to be regular in form and authentic, and it appears therefrom that Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida received 3 votes for president, and Michael R. Pence of the state of Indiana received 3 votes for vice president.
Are there any objections to counting the certificate of the vote of the state of South Dakota that the teller's verified, appears to be regular in form and authentic?
This is fucking tedious, huh?
This certificate from Tennessee, the parliamentarians advise me, is the only certificate of vote from the state. It purports
I think
to be
you're
a
right,
return
Harold.
from
That's
the
a good one.
state, has annexed to it a certificate of authority of
Judas
that state,
Pence. Mike
purporting
Penis.
to appoint and ascertain electors.
Mr. President, the certificate of the electoral vote of the state of Tennessee seems to be regular in form and authentic, and it appears therefrom that Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida received 11 votes for president, and Michael R. Pence of the state of Indiana received 11 votes for vice president.
Are there any objections to counting the certificate of the vote for the state of Tennessee that the teller has verified as regular in form and authentic? This certificate from Texas, the parliamentarians advise me, is the only certificate of vote from the state. It purports to be a return from the state, has annexed a certificate of authority of that state, and purports to appoint ascertain electors.
Mr. President, the certificate of the electoral vote of the state of Texas seems to be regular in form and authentic, and it appears therefrom that Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida.
Are they all like bouncers that check fake IDs? They look at these documents and they go, it looks good to me. Looks authentic. It's like, do you have forensic training on documents?
That the teller is verified and appears to be regular in form and authentic. Hearing none, this certificate from Utah, the parliamentarians advise me, is the only certificate of vote from that state that purports to be a return from the state, has annexed a certificate of authority from the state.
So it's 3:30 in the morning there. What kind of jail sentences do you think the people who got in Capitol building will get, Zach? Fuck, man. It's hard to say, you know, after what happened with Nixon, the idea was we're not going to go, you know, tossing Nixon in jail or whatever, because we're going to just let him go and for the good of the country. I wonder, you know, there seems to, out here in California, they don't want to arrest anybody for anything. So living in California, it's hard to have your pulse on the rest of the country because this is a fucking another planet out here. I wonder, I suspect that Biden will not be harsh on the people that storm the Capitol. I think he'll be delivering a message of unity and letting everything, you know, bygones be bygones in the name of moving forward. And I don't think we're going to see. Although I do wonder, Trump's going to pardon all those people. Yeah, everybody that was here, you're all pardoned. It's like Elvis giving away Cadillacs, Trump with the pardons. Maybe some of the really egregious actors will get punished, like the guy who, you know, had his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk and the guy who took the fucking podium. I'm amazed that they didn't destroy artwork or set the fucking place on fire or damage things more. That was one thing that was pretty amazing. I thought there would have been way more damage.
electoral votes needed to be the next president of the United States.
Yeah, if she didn't get shot, they would have thrown the key away. I don't know, man. More people should have gotten shot, I think.
What's happened over the course of these last several hours, as most Americans may have tuned out, more objections and more rejections, I suspect you can say.
Yeah, that's right. After this process resumed this evening, after a long lockdown, we picked up where we left off with a debate about the electors for the state of Arizona. That was roundly defeated in both chambers, strongly defeated in the Senate side, 93 votes against it, Republicans and Democrats alike rejecting that challenge. The counting resumed for a time in the evening and then broke again for a challenge to the Pennsylvania electors. There was no debate on Pennsylvania's electors in the Senate, another overwhelming rejection of that Republican challenge there. In the House, members got chippy, tense at times, with a lengthy debate on these Pennsylvania electors, but once again that challenge was turned back. That gets us back here to the resumption of this ceremonial process, now with these largely performative objections to this process behind us. We've seen Joe Biden cross that 270-vote electoral threshold, and we're closing in on the end of a 14 or 15-hour process, something that's usually done in a ceremony that lasts less than 45 minutes, Peter.
I was going to say, isn't this typically 30 minutes long or so?
Some of the tense moments that we witnessed over the course of the last couple hours, a moment.
It's fucking tedious, right? That's the perfect word for this. This is tedious.
Sort of repeating the president's lies, blaming them for the situation we've seen. Nearly a fist fight between a member of the House on the Republican and Democratic side before they were broken up by some of their colleagues. Certainly today has not been one of them.
Oh, I didn't see that. Who was that?
Conclusion, which is...
How many of them politicians are in new underwear after that riot? Yeah, those pussies. All of these pussies that never went to wars that they sent other people's kids to were all cowering there and shitting their pants. You're exactly right, Harold. Pieces of garbage, all of them. Bunch of fucking scumbags.
Confusing a couple of the W's, as it were. So we want to listen back in for a second for some of these final states. Garrett, you're going to stay with me, and as soon as this becomes official, I want to check back in with you. Let's take a listen.
And has annexed to it a certificate of authority from the state purporting to appoint or ascertain electors.
Mr. President, the certificate of the electoral vote of the state of Wisconsin seems to be regular in form and authentic, and it appears therefrom that Joseph R. Biden Jr. of the state of Delaware received 10 votes for president, and
state of Florida,
California received 10 votes for vice president.
For what reason does the gentleman from Texas rise?
Mr. President, I object to the electoral votes of the state of Wisconsin because 71 House members, all of whom condemn violence as we witnessed today, are firmly committed to the resolution of disagreements in civil, lawful, peaceful institutions with full and fair debate, free of violence, and though not a single court is allowed an evidentiary hearing to listen to the significant body of evidence of fraud, and though some seize on the court's failures to misrepresent that no court would listen to the evidence as saying evidence did not exist, while Democrat leaders in Milwaukee illegally and unconstitutionally created more than 200 illegal polling places, tens of thousands of votes were changed by workers despite election workers' objections, plus so many other illegalities to fraudulently create a 20,000 vote lead. We object, along with a senator who now has withdrawn his objection.
Wow.
Sections 15 and 17 of Title III of the United States Code require that any objection be presented in writing, signed by a member of the House of Representatives and a senator. Is the objection in writing and signed by a member and a senator?
It is in writing. It's signed by a member, but it is not signed and objected to by a senator, Mr. President.
In that case, the objection cannot be entertained.
Fucking douchebag. Take a walk, asshole.
This certificate from Wyoming, the parliamentarians advise, is the only
Why even bring that forward if you already know you didn't follow the
state.
rules? It's like showing up at the DMV going, like my driver's license. Well, do you have all the paperwork? I have 2 of the 3 pieces of paperwork, but I I don't have my glasses that I'm required to wear.
Vote of the state of Wyoming seems to be regular in form and authentic, and it appears therefrom that
That would be awesome if Trump just started fucking kicking Pence's ass. I think, who do you think would win in the fight between Pence and Trump? A fist fight? I think Pence wins that one. Trump's old.
Are there any objections to counting the certificate of the vote?
Who do you think is the best fighter in all of Congress? Probably, it's got to be, what's that guy's name? Dan Crenshaw, right? He was a Navy SEAL. He's got to be the biggest badass.
Hearing none.
I would love that ticket, even though one's a Republican and one's a Democrat. I would love Tulsi Gabbard, Dan Crenshaw to run together.
Will ascertain and deliver the result to the President of the Senate.
Hey, any of you guys ever see, yeah, it would be funny. He would definitely sucker punch him. You guys ever see a movie called The Art of Self-Defense? It's pretty fucking funny.
Zoe Lofgren and Rodney Davis, tellers on the part of the House of Representatives, report the following as a result of the ascertainment and counting of the electoral vote for President and Vice President of the United States for the term beginning on the 20th day of January, 2021. The report we make is that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris will be the president and the vice president according to the ballots that have been given to us.
How fucking many more states do we got to do? Is that it?
He has a statement.
Are we fucking done? I thought that whore was just certifying another state. Are we fucking, is this over?
The whole number of electors appointed to vote for President of the United States is 538. Within that whole number, a majority is 270. The votes for President of the United States are as follows. Joseph R. Biden, Jr. of the state of Delaware has received 306 votes. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 232 votes. The whole number of electors appointed to vote for Vice President of the United States is 538. Within that whole number, a majority is 270. The votes for Vice President of the United States are as follows. Kamala D. Harris of the state of California has received 306 votes. Michael R. Pence of the state of Indiana has received 232 votes.
That's you, dummy.
The announcement
Talk about
of the
yourself
state
in
of the
third
vote
person.
by the President of the Senate shall be deemed a sufficient declaration of the persons elected President and Vice President of the United States, each for the term beginning on the 20th day of January, 2021, and shall be entered together with the list of the votes on the journals of the Senate and the House of Representatives. The chair now recognizes, for the purpose of closing prayer, the 62nd chaplain of the United States Senate, Chaplain Barry C. Black.
So
Absolutely
there it was,
looks like
the
underwear.
Now outgoing Vice President of the United States, Mike Pence, presiding over that moment that concludes what by tradition is a simple ceremony that today delved into anarchy before finally ending in a declaration of our democracy, the naming of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris as the next president and vice president of the United States. Notably,
all right,
this
guys.
declaration coming about 13 and a half
Fucking
hours
over.
after Trump-allied protesters stormed that very Capitol building after it was taken siege today. Garrett Haake has been in the Capitol for much of this evening's proceedings. Garrett, finally a little history happening in real time.
Yeah, that's right, Peter. This entire electoral process, which started really more than a year ago in the primary phase, now concluded here with the counting of these electoral votes. This action...
Well, I'm glad I didn't end the cast sooner. This was cool to hang out with you guys and watch it fucking finally end together. Jesus Christ.
...where we saw people lose their...
Yeah, I'm with you, Harold, man. I cannot wait to the 20th. Fucking hell. You think we're going to have more upheaval and rioting and chaos on the 20th, too? I'll tell you what, the Secret Service is going to have their hands full guarding Biden. Jesus Christ.
In the will of the people, Joseph R. Biden, Kamala Harris, you heard it there, will be inaugurated in this very Capitol complex on January the 20th. So a very difficult day for this country, for democracy, now in the rearview mirror.
Garrett Haake, thank you very much. When today's proceedings began, that inauguration date was 2 weeks away. Now, just 13 days away.
Trump shooting a double leg on Pence. I don't think he's doing that. I don't think Trump's shooting a double leg on anything. Well, it's over, my friends. It's done. It's official. What is this? Someone, camping park would be the best cleanup run park. So I was just looking at somebody comment on an older video of mine. I gained a subscriber, lost a subscriber earlier. That's cool. My other video still got 6,100 views. That's cool. Double leg KFC. Khabib ground and pound. All right, guys. Well, that's it. We officially have a new president and vice president. It's fucking done with. In a couple of weeks, that pile of shit will be out of the White House. And we'll go back to the old way of our politicians fucking us slowly and painfully instead of with all of the drama and fun. What if he just refuses to go? I think they're going to drag him the fuck out of there is what they'll do. And got to admit, man, it's been 4 years of a lot of great laughs, a lot of great drama, some good insanity. It was a good show. It was a good movie we all got to watch for 4 years. Now we're going to go back to the old boring movie. And I think people are ready for the boring movie. But I don't think it's going to be boring too soon. I think, first of all, we got to get through the actual 20th, the swearing in part. Then we have to deal with definitely the most fun president. Exactly. I mean, let's remember when he said about John McCain that he prefers his heroes don't get captured. Come on. That's a zinger right there. What a piece of shit. And anyway, we get past the 20th. Then we, try to go back to some kind of normalcy. And then the dollar is going to lose all its value. We'll enter into something worse than the Great Depression. And then we'll, Biden probably won't make it the 4 years. We'll end up with Harris in a year or two. And then when everybody's totally disappointed at how fucked things are in 2024, we're going to get somebody worse than Trump that is more sophisticated, that's just as is just as horrible as Trump, but with more conviction and more sophistication. The country's going to be set up for this to happen all over again with somebody worse. But there you go. Always look on the bright side of life. Amber Heard busted for lying about donating to sick kids. That's pretty funny. All right, guys. Well, listen. Thank you so much again. I do appreciate all your support. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I'm completely locked up alone, and this is as close as I get to socializing and entertaining. This was a weird fucking day for everybody. Weird fucking night. And, but we did it. Snubbed SCOTUS nominee tapped by Biden to lead Department of Justice. Who's that? Oh, Merrick Garland. Oh, that's cool. You'll be on more? Cool. I'd love to see you on more, Harold. I'd appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe and hit that little notification bell, because that's how you'll know, and choose all. And when I upload a new video or when I go live, you'll know that's when it happens. And, oh shit, you have a live stream too? Oh, you posted my live stream on your Facebook. Gotcha. Sorry, I misread that. Oh, well, thanks, bro. I appreciate that. You're the best. And, hey, by the way, Harold, before I go, do you train jujitsu, or are you just a fan of Eddie's, or Do you train too? And man, look, you don't even need any money to support the show. If you go to zachwaldman.com/fans, there's things you can do that are completely free to support the show. Like, let's say you're going to buy something on Amazon, right? Well, I have an affiliate link. So if you're going to buy something through Amazon anyway, you may as well use my affiliate link and then I earn a commission. So that doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't change anything for you. It's regular old Amazon the way it always is. It's just they know that I sent you, so I get a commission. I did judo. I want to do 10th Planet here in Amsterdam. Oh, you live in Amsterdam? Fuck. I want to come out there and eat some pancakes and fuck some, not even the hookers. I just want to fuck some regular girls in Amsterdam. Chicks from Holland are hot. Oh, man. So definitely sign up with 10th Planet, man. I'll come out there and roll with you. All right. Well, that's cool that you hung around, man. Thank you so much. And as always, I will see you guys, I guess tomorrow. It's tomorrow Thursday? Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll hopefully have some fun stuff to talk about. Hopefully I'll be more entertaining than I was tonight. I gotta say, I think one of the reasons I haven't been as funny tonight as I normally am is because I'm not smoking pot. I did do the edible thing, but I don't think it did very much to me. And, I cut back on the smoking to save I'm having some like throat and chest stuff. So maybe what I'll do is I'll smoke with my coffee when I wake up because I need that. I need my coffee and weed to start the day. And then I just won't smoke again until I do the broadcast. And then I'll smoke some weed just for the cast. Usually, dude, I smoke all day and night. It's just constantly smoking. And I don't get that high, and that's why I'm sure I was getting some kind of congestion and shit. So I gotta get in between smoking constantly and just smoking when I get up and for the cast. Watch some World Star with us? Fuck yeah, we'll watch some World Star. I performed. He passed away, but the guy who started World Star Hip Hop was a guy named Q. I got a picture with him. I performed at an event where he was at, and what a great guy, man. The founder of World Star Hip Hop was a fucking really great guy. I liked him a lot. Nice dude, man. Sorry when he passed away. Yeah, World Star, West Side. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow night. As always, I'm going to play you out with a little Reverend Carl. It's the way we do it here. We always end the show with the Reverend Carl. And I also want to tell you, I love you all more than chocolate cake. Have a good night.
It's 2 a.m., 14 below, it's closed. My work is done, but I'm feeling low, and I wanna play the night away, the night away. I can't stand to be alone. I gotta bring over some people to fill up my empty home. Yes, I do. Yes, I do now. I'm having a party, having a party, having a party. I'm having a party, people. And a party, people. Well, well, well. Put out the word to the chosen few. I got the SMC, my friends. Bring your choice of brews, your choice of brews. The buzz is on and the mood is set. The candles burn as the turntables turn by the TV set. Yes, they do. Yes, they do now. Having a party, having a party, having a party, having a party, people, having a party, people, and everybody's getting down now. Party people, having a party. smooth. While in the mirror he's busting moves till he finds his groove. Till he finds his groove. Johnny Poet is feeling numb. He's gonna drink until the sunlight comes out to play. He's always running away. Where are your shoes today now? Having a party, having a party, having a party. We having a party, people. Party people. And everybody's getting down now. Party people, having a party. Having a party. We having a party, people. And a party people. Having plenty of fun. He's been drinking them 21s like they're going out of style. A jungleberry scabbing tails. He'll smoke all the weed you have if you let him away with it. I let him away with it. I let him away with it. Away with it. Away with it now. Having a party. Having a party. Having a party. We having a party. Dressed in plain, he'd like to bop the night away, cause he's come a long way from that Ventura County. Girly girl by the telephone, she's been waiting on a man to call so she can share her love, share her love.